just to tell you a little about our presenter. Fiona was born and raised in Manchester. She attended Belfield High School and later moved to the US, where she earned her degree in business management with a minor in marketing from Monroe College in New York. She's an entrepreneur, an author, and a pilot crew scheduler with many years of experience working for companies in the aviation industries. Some of these companies are Republic Jet Center and another company, JetBlue Airlines. She specialized in flight crew scheduling, training coordination, and logistics management. Now, Fiona is passionate about uplifting and motivating people to overcome their challenges and to live with purpose. This passion inspired her to write her memoir. It will be long, but not forever, a story about endurance, faith, and overcoming hardship as a single mother. The book was named Bold Publishing Book of the Month for February 2025 and has been featured on various media outlets, receiving praise for its inspiring and relatable message. In addition to her writing and aviation career, she hosts two podcasts on YouTube channel, Fiona and Friends. The first, Motivational Monday podcast, airing every first and third Monday, features guest stories of overcoming adversity, and personal triumph. Our second podcast, Thankful Thursday, airs every second and fourth Thursday, highlights expert insights and practical advice on a variety of topics. Both podcasts aim to uplift, inspire, and empower listeners to live their best lives despite the challenges they faced. She is a proud mother of two wonderful children, and she also believes that her faith has been the foundation throughout life's ups and downs, and God has sustained her through every challenge, guiding her with strength and hope. At this point, I'll welcome Fiona to start her presentation.
I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out this evening to be here. I truly, 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 truly appreciate you showing up, not just for this event, but for yourself. I hope you take a notebook out and let's get motivated. Recharge, resetting motivation for a powerful 2026. As I said before, thank you so much. And I appreciate the fact that showing up for yourself is an act of courage. This evening, we're going to pause, reflect, and reset. At the start of the year, many people repeat familiar phrases like, this is my year, new me, or they're simply gonna get their lives together. Or some people says that they're finally going to get their finances together. I know that this is simply declared because a lot of people think that making these resolutions will help them to overcome. But to be honest, after February, everything quietly fall away. If you can agree with me, just go ahead in the chat. If you can agree with me that sometimes we tend to fall off the wagon as soon as February steps in. The tradition reflects a deep desire for change, growth, and the belief that a better version of life is always possible. So while the intention is good, the hope is high, but motivation oftentimes fades. Before we go further, sorry. Before we go further, I would love for you to place your feet on the ground. Let's do a simple exercise to get ourselves grounded. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Sit up very straight. Hold it for a moment and then release it slowly through your mouth. Let's do it one more time. Take it slowly in through your nose. Hold it. 2, 3, 1. Release it slowly. This moment right here is already a moment of reset. So we're starting off this presentation by resetting. Let's check in with everyone. How are you feeling? I know a lot of people, maybe they had a lot of meetings going on today, but I just want to check in with you. How are you feeling right in this moment? Are you feeling energized? Are you feeling tired but motivated or overwhelmed? Or I just need a reset right now. So just go ahead and cast your poll.
Okay, so for that one, I will have them just type in the chat and then we fix the others. All right?
Sure,
So guys,
sure.
just go ahead and type in the chat how you're feeling. And just be honest, there's no wrong answer.
That's right.
So let me see what we see here. Tired but motivated. A lot of people they just need a reset.
Oh,
Some
wow.
say all of the above. Uh, yeah, the most of them have. Well, it's a nice mixture. Energized. Yeah, it's a good mixture of
Yes,
responses.
I see that many of you are feeling tired but
Yes,
motivated. But this is exactly why this conversation really matters.
yes. And somebody saying she's feeling overwhelmed, confused. Yeah,
You're at the right place.
yes. All right. All right, you can proceed. Thank
That
you.
tiredness, a lot of people said that you're feeling tired, but that tiredness is not weakness. And I want you to know that it is actually information. Over the next 40 minutes, we are going to talk about what to do with that information so that we can step into 2026 with clarity, purpose, and a renewed energy. Instead of carrying, the survival habits into a season that really requires strategy. So you're at the right place. So burnout is a signal, it is information, and then we are going to reset and go forward with that clarity. So this evening, I'm going to show you how to recharge without guilt. Sometimes you feel guilty, but this evening, give yourself permission to recharge without guilt. And how to reset with intention, we are going to talk about why burnout is not a character flaw, but it's a signal. We will also explore why motivation is not about willpower. You said, oh, I am a strong person, but it's about the energy. I will also share the reset framework that helped me move from powerless to purposeful. So I will also share my personal journey, just a bit of it. And I will also give you the practical tools you can use immediately. But before we go further, As I said, take out your notebook. If you do not have one near you right now, it's okay. Simply just reflect quietly and let's go through this. Don't think about anything. I just want you to consider this question right now. What made me say yes to being here this evening? You can go ahead and drop it in the chat right now. The topic. Oh, that's nice to hear. Thank you, Beverly. The topic that will be discussed. Thank you. Thank you. To understand this message, the message that matters so deeply to me, and I will just go briefly. I need to take you back to a moment that changed my life forever. I dropped out of college due to pregnancy, and I stood in a courtroom in Jamaica and watched my 5-year-old son taken away from me, and full custody was given to his father. In that moment, my heart was broken in pieces, not because I did not love my son, not because I was a bad mother, but because I was labeled unfit. I was young, very young at the time, single, trying to finish university. You know, you're juggling while working multiple jobs. I did not have a traditional household. And ultimately, because, you know, I was poor, because I didn't have the money to fight back and to really take it to the end in the court system. I walked out of that courtroom with one burning promise. I will never be powerless again. I just want you to pause for a moment with everything that I've said. Just pause for a moment and think about a time in your life when you felt powerless. If you are willing, it's okay. Just whisper it to yourself that that moment did not define me. And I want to tell you that that moment did not define my end. Just take that moment and reflect. That promise that I made to myself carried me through a journey that took me 17 years to complete my first degree. 17 years. It was just a lot. I stop, I restart, I reset, I do everything over and over, years after years, but I did not let go from that first degree because I knew there were seasons when survival decisions were all I could make. There were times when I was in New York living off $10 per week. I mean, $10, a cup of soup and a slice of a sandwich, a bun and cheese. I don't know if you know, but I love bun and cheese. Even up to this day, I still love bun and cheese because it reminds me of those hard days and I get to appreciate it so much that I can't stop eating it. There were moments when I work on a cruise ship simply to fund my education. If you have ever done what you had to do just to keep going, just say that survival, it was progress. Even though you were surviving, but it was still progress. Real talk. Always try to attend these seminars to knowledge. Thank you, Everton. When I walk across that graduation stage at 35, don't try to calculate my age now, but it's okay. I did not feel behind. I felt proud. That degree changed my life and reunite my son and me. The sacrifice was temporary, but the freedom that comes with it, it was permanent. My memoir, it will be long but not forever. And yes, I wear my t-shirt almost everywhere that I go because I am a walking testimony. So people always ask me, oh, what? Oh my God, that's a nice phrase. Oh, how did you come about it? And then it gives me a chance to tell my story. Those words were spoken to me by my sister and my biggest cheerleader. And I know that most of us do have that one person that you can turn to who later passed away from AIDS. Even after she was gone, those words carried me through the grief, the loss, and the rebuilding, because I had to rebuild so many times. I had to rebuild and reset. And I just want you to take that moment. If you are in a heavy season right now, I want you to remember that your season is not permanent. At this time, we are going to take a poll. And the poll is, have you ever intentionally reset a part of your life? Reset meaning after a divorce, after whatever it is, whatever the challenges were. Have you ever reset? So the poll is on the screen. You can go ahead and have you intentionally taken time to reset your life or goals in the past year?
So A, yes, several times. Yes, once. Are you seeing it here? No, but I want to. No, I don't know how to.
Oh, wow.
So let's go, guys.
Yes, so I see that
Let's
many of you try
they're
to
still
reset.
responding.
Yes,
They're still,
yes.
yeah.
Let me know when you're through responding. Let's see, Debbie. Okay, yes.
All right. So I'm gonna end the poll now.
Thank you so much.
And it says 60% says yes multiple times, 25% yes once, 9% no, but I want to, and 5% no, I don't know how.
Mm,
All right. Thanks, everyone.
thank you so much. I see that many of you have tried to reset before. And for those who haven't, this is your opportunity to learn how to do it intentionally. I want you to remember that every reset, whether it's big or small, is a progress. So I want you to remember that. Firstly, we are going to talk about the different types of energy or energies that will help us to reset. Motivation tends to fade when energy is depleted. So when one of these energy, whether the mental, the emotional, or the purpose depleted, then you need to reset and start again. And there's nothing wrong with starting over and over and over and over. It's okay. Let's first look at the mental energy. The mental energy is the ability to think clearly, make decisions, and process information. A lot of people might say that you're mentally exhausted, or mental exhaustion does not come from thinking too much. It comes from making too many unaligned decisions. For example, when I was juggling multiple jobs while finishing my degree, every decision drained me. Choosing what to focus on, what to say yes to, or what to let go of, because I became overwhelmed, and it was overwhelming. The mental energy is restored through simplicity. So when you simplify your life, you focus and you create systems that help you to support your life rather than drain it. I want you to ask yourself in this moment, is this decision or whatever decision in your daily life, does it align with your goals, or is it just a distraction? Because things can be distraction and it brings unnecessary stress and unnecessary time for you to even think about it. Secondly, the emotional energy. The emotional energy is drained when we carry unprocessed pain, the grief, or the disappointment, or things just don't go the way that you want it to go. What we do not process, we tend to carry over. So you did not process the pain that you went through last year, and you still bring over that pain, that hurt, that disappointment. Things didn't go as planned for that year. Leave it in 2025. Let's go into 2026. When my sister Anne died, my emotional energy was shattered. I had to seek help, yes. And there's nothing wrong in seeking professional help. I did to move through my grief. Healing did not slow my progress. It actually paved the way and cleared the way for me to prepare myself emotionally again. When emotional energy is restored, you allow yourself to feel, express, and release those emotions instead of holding on to them. And a lot of people use this phrase, oh, I'm so busy. And they use busyness as a cover to say that you're too busy to process these feelings or these expressions or to release that emotion. So you have to give your time or grace, give yourself grace to process and to release and to reset. How you might ask, how do I do this? I went to therapy. There's nothing wrong with seeking professional help. There's nothing wrong with journal, like to journal. Write how you're feeling in the moment and get past it. Prayer. A lot of people depend on prayer or talking with trusted friends. I know it's hard, some people would be like, I don't have friends who I can trust, but I'm sure you can find one person that you can trust. And these are all tools to help you to replenish that energy, that emotional energy, and you be intact, you're feeling again on all of that. I want you to pause in this moment and reflect on what emotions have I been carrying that I can release today or I can release this week. Don't think about, a lot of people tend to think about, oh my God, Friday, what am I going to do Friday? Wait for Friday to come before you actually start to plan. Yes, planning is good, but we tend to put a lot on ourselves. So in this moment, what emotion I have been carrying that I can release this week or in this moment? Let's move on to another polling question. And this has to do with emotion. So the emotional energy, grief. Have you given yourself permission to process grief, pain, or burnout instead of just trying to push through? A lot of people say, I just want to get through the day. But have you given yourself permission to process burnout, pain, grief? Just go ahead, put it in
So
resent.
for that one, Fiona, we didn't have that one. So they
Okay.
can take that answer, but I'm going to launch one of them that you sent us because we need to
Yes.
track the poll. So
Yes,
I want them
sure.
to think about that one that you asked because it's very important, right,
Yes.
guys? But at the same time, there's another poll that I will launch, right? So let me quickly go to the responses for the one that you will type. But this one that I'm going to launch after this, you have to answer in the poll when it pops up, guys. So based on the responses for the question you just asked, I'm seeing a lot of B's and
Yes,
A's. Bye.
sometimes.
And a few C's. So the B's would be
Mm,
sometimes, a lot of A's, yes, regularly. And some are saying they're not yet, but they want to.
mm,
So, guys, I'm going to launch a poll now because we need to have proof of engagement. So I'm going to launch a poll that I don't think you have on your slide, but you had sent us. So I'm going to launch this one, Fiona, if you don't mind,
yes,
please.
please
So
go right
what
ahead.
drains your energy the most?
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing it, guys. Work responsibilities, family or personal obligations, emotional stress or grief, or trying to do too much at once. So if you didn't hear me, remember you have to answer this. Don't post the responses to this poll in the chat. You need to answer the poll, and all the questions that will follow, they will be launched and you have to answer them using the poll app. All right? So let's go through this quickly. So I'm going to end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 persons miss out on it, but all right. So I'm sharing the results quickly. So
Work
30%,
responsibility.
well, the majority is
Trying to
saying
do too
trying
much
to
at
do too
once.
much at once.
Um,
And then the closer, the next percentage, which is 30, work responsibilities draining the energy the most. Then it's, almost a tie between emotional stress and grief and family or
mhm.
personal obligations. Thanks for answering, everyone. Over to you, Fiona.
Thank you so much. So trying to do too many things at once, a lot of people um, tend to have that issue. But I would say I work in aviation, so everything is urgent. But even though everything is urgent, you have to put them in order of urgency. What needs to done right this second. Don't think about what needs to be done. Say I have, say for example, I have a crew that called out sick, and the crew next assignment is, say today is the 14th. His next assignment is maybe in another 3 days. Crew called out sick. 3 days. I have 3 days to recover that flight. That's urgent because I need to recover the flight for the flight to be on time. There's another issue that comes on my plate for the day is that the aircraft might divert to a different station that we didn't plan for that aircraft to go, maybe because of weather. Anything could happen, or airspace issues, or whatever it is. Which one comes first? Not the crew that calls out and to recover his flight in 3 days, but it's for that aircraft that is going to that station. Everything needs to be in order. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make sure that fuel, if it's winter, de-icing, if the crew is going to lay over in that station, maybe because of their duty time is not enough to go to the original station, then layover, hotel, transport, everything, calculation. You have to do the calculation how much time the crew has left before they maxed out of their duty time. So everything has to be in priority. Thank you, Julian. So you have to adopt the same thing to your life. What comes first? Don't overwhelm yourself with everything all at once. Put them in order and you work your way from there.